you guys want to look over to your left and your right, you'll see the same river. People believe that the color of the river actually comes from pollution, but this is incorrect. The color of the river actually comes from tannic acid, which comes from the sapling trees from northern of the river. This color can also be seen in many beverages, including coffee, Coca-Cola, and whiskey.
Aquí. Ya un perro ya.
The rocks that you see on the side of the river are actually sandstone. Sandstone is actually very coarse, so if you touch it and crumble it, it would be easy to crumble and crush. It also causes for the cooler climate here on the river, which makes it 5 degrees colder. It is also called Potsdam and Canadian sandstone, which can only be found here on the Wisconsin Dell River, Potsdam, Germany, Switzerland, and upstate New York. If you guys want to look up to your 9 o'clock position, just up on those trees on your left-hand side, you'll see 2 bald eagles.
Oh, I see. Allá están los pinos. Los pinos están los águilas.
Oh, yeah. Allá están.
All right. At our 11 o'clock
No.
position, you'll see Black Hawk's Island.
¿Tienen amarrados o qué?
Black Hawk's Island is actually the largest island here on the Wisconsin Dells River, and gets its name because it was believed that Black Hawk came here to hide from government officials, but later historians corrected that to be incorrect.
Me arrimas, me acercas.
Black Hawk's Island is actually 210 acres and is owned by the University of Wisconsin. If you guys want to look off to your left-hand side at the 6 o'clock position, you'll see a cliff, and right at your 9 o'clock position, you'll also see a similar cliff. We call these 2 cliffs the twin sisters. And as twins, we also have names for these cliffs. One all the way back the ship we call K, and the one here we call Duplicate.
Bueno, se levantó y se movió la silla para atrás.
All right, at this time, this channel of the river that we are just now entering is called the Narrows.
¿Cómo nacieron los pinos arriba de las piedras?
We're pretty famous for our lumber industry. So during the winter months, the river does freeze over. So a lumber raftsman would come up here, chop down a bunch of trees, place them into the river, and then once that spring thaw hit, that lumber would float down the water, and a raftsman would assemble rafts out of it. Although if you're to ask any of those lumber raftsmen what was the most dangerous part of their journey, they would say right here in the Narrows. Now this part of the river is only about 52 feet wide and about 90 feet deep. Keep in mind, before that dam was put back in 1909, the water was about 17 feet lower than it is right now, causing a lot of swift currents throughout the Narrows, making it very hard for those lumber raftsmen to navigate. Now, the most treacherous of their journey was throughout this 90-degree bend that we are about to take, called the Devil's Elbow. So those lumber raftsmen would kind of get swept up on the right rocks here, or in some cases, unfortunately, lose their lives. Now, because of these dangers, they bring up a new profession called a standing river pilot. Now, the most prominent out of those standing river pilots was Leroy Gates, and he actually left us our first billboard or business card. Now, it's going to be coming up on the left side here in just a moment. So if you guys keep looking over the left side, it's going to be the right side of this cove that's coming into view right now, just underneath that darkest band of sandstone. Now, it is a carving in the rock, and it is kind of hard to read, and I can read it for you. And it reads, Leroy Gates, Dells and River Pilot from 1849 to 58. So again, it's on the right side of that cove, just underneath that darkest band of sandstone. Did somebody see those guys? Now, I know it's a little bit harder to see, so if anyone did not catch that, I'll be sure to put that back out on our way back down to you. Now, Leroy Gates actually started up the first Dell's boat tours back in 1857, so I'm sure you can guess it was very different than it is today. So what you would do is show up to his private dock, you would hand him 2 bits, which is equivalent to 1 quarter. He would then hand you 2 oars, and then you yourself would paddle your way down the Wisconsin River, and Leroy would sit back, drinking lemonade, telling you all about the rock formations and commentary your journey today. So we do tend to think that our tours these days are just a little bit more accommodating, as it would take about 5 to 8 hours for you to get up to the river, depending on how strong you are. Now, just coming up to the left side, we are about to meet up with that old riverbed, and then straight ahead is the end of Blackhawks Island. Again, that island is about 210 acres. Now, they set a concrete dock just off to the right, leads up to Cold Water Canyon. Now, we used to stop there, but nobody really liked taking a 3-hour tour, so this is where we dock our ghost boats during the summer. So if any of you like haunted houses, off onto your right side again, you might notice that large triangular slab of rock just in view right now. Now, this is Giant Shield, and Giant Shield serves as our high water marker. Now, the highest the water has ever been was back in 1938, when it was about 4 feet above that shield, so about 4 feet above your heads on the top deck. Here in the river, we do have a lot of fish. We actually have about 30 different types of species of fish. To name a few, we have our large and smallmouth bass, we have our walleye, catfish, trout, occasional carp. Now, the largest of those is our lake sturgeon, can be about 7 feet in length and weigh about 200 pounds. Now, we do also have our woodland creatures. We have our deer, we have our squirrels, chipmunks. We also have a lot of bears. We actually have a pretty bad bear problem. Actually, here at the company, we do have a way to get rid of those bears. So what you can do is go to Home Depot, your local hardware store. You can purchase a bucket of white outdoor paint and a 3-inch bristle brush. So what you can do is when you encounter a bear, you can take that brush, dip it in the white paint, and draw a nice white goal line right around yourself. And
En
for
algunos
some
años va a
reason,
quedar como el
those
parque
bears
de
here in
allá de
Wisconsin just
Arua.
have a tough time.
Va a quedar solo, sin agua y puras cascadas.
Anybody get it? Okay. Anybody
Va a
else
quedar
get it?
igual. Aquel, ¿te imaginas cuánta agua no tenía antes?
That's nice. Maybe on the top.
Todo eso lo hizo el agua.
Not too sure.
El río, el Illinois. Es un brazo del Mississippi.
¿Lo secó?
Y así como ves las cascadas, así estaba. Ahí están las huellas del agua cuando el agua estaba arriba. Fue bajando hasta que se secó.
Debería de tener ahorita agua porque hay
Tiene agua. Y así cuando quede esto así, así va a quedar. Si vas allá abajo, donde está el de ese caminas abajo, ahí ves como antes tenía agua y ahora ya